figured out what keeps happening. It's really annoying. So hopefully I'm in focus now, because I'm not doing it this time. But this is like take 4. I've done this like 4 times. So, today, goodness gracious, what's going on, everybody? Today is August 23rd. Our season opens on September 11th. It's always the first Friday in September. We have a really early bow season. You can hear, still sounds like summertime. There's a dude up there doing acrobatics on a plane. What else could go wrong? It doesn't matter. We're gonna do this today. I need to get this done, really, and I want to film it to help some of you guys out. So, I have a dozen new shafts, brand new Bareshafts. We're gonna do some Bareshaft tuning. As you can see, just got a little bit of electrical tape there to hold it in place while I do this. Alright, so I realize I'm out of focus. I was focused on the target. But you want to start really close. This is like 10 yards. Start close and then you can work your way back once you get things squared up. So this is basically, I was shooting pretty much at this angle, and you can see it's kicked quite a bit to the left. You want it to be sticking in pretty much straight, not to either side. If it kicks this way, it means you're stiff. This way is telling me that this shaft is too weak for my bow, which is perfect because I want to cut it down shorter. So we're going to go ahead and do that. You want to start small when you're cutting these arrows down. Definitely, you're looking at like an inch or so, nothing more. And then once you actually get to a finer tune, you want to even shrink that down to like 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch, something like that. You don't want to take off inches of an arrow because you could overcut it and then have a shaft that's too stiff and you have to add a whole bunch of weight up front. Alright. So since it was a pretty severe difference, there's a good bit to the left. I feel pretty confident taking off a whole inch to start. Make sure you're lined up good. Still kicking left a little bit. This is the one that's an inch shorter. Alright, so again, this shaft here on the left is my full length. This is the one that's cut down an inch. Roughly, this is the angle we want to be at. So we're getting closer. And you can see this one's kicked a good bit there. This one's fairly straight, but still a little bit off, but it's much more acute. So instead of an inch, I'm going to take a 1/2 inch off this time. Almost straight. It's pretty darn shallow at this point, so definitely maybe even just 1/4 of an inch instead of a whole 1/2 inch this time. It's a pretty dramatic difference already. It's 1 3/4 inches. Alright, so we've taken off a clean 2 inches. Again, let's shoot the wind first. Hard to the left. Ooh, that looks darn good. As I'm standing here, I don't see any change in the arrow. I see straight knock. That's perfect. So what I'm going to do before I call this good, I'm going to go ahead and step back to 20. Still kicking a little bit to the left, but that's not bad. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and take another 1/4 inch off. It's still kicking a little to the left, and I'm sure you can see that in the film. Alright, took another 1/4 inch off. See if it flies a little bit better. It was impacting okay, but you could see it in flight. It was kicking hard to the left. So hopefully this will fly a little bit straighter. Well, it flew straight. So I haven't figured out what my gaps and stuff are. I shoot instinctively most of the time, but it's kind of a blend at this point. My other arrows, like I said, were 340s full length with extra weight up front. It was a really heavy arrow, so my point on was about here. So if I sail it over the target like I just did, that's why. This arrow is quite a bit lighter. I'm not used to that. That last shot, I was so focused on keeping my form the same that instinct took over. Anyways, hopefully I won't miss the target. Let's see how this arrow flies. Okay, the results are in. I'm pretty satisfied. I was getting some wavering results there at the end, but I think we're in good shape. I took 2 1/4 inches off of the overall length of the arrow shaft. So that should be a lot more manageable in the tree. When you're trying to maneuver around for a shot, that extra 2 inches of arrow sticking out the end can definitely be a problem. It should definitely transport better in the quiver. Won't be sticking out past my arrow tip. And most importantly, flies pretty darn good. So, if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments down below. If you like this video, go ahead and make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to make sure you get notified every time I release a video. Follow me on Instagram, @InstinctiveAdventures. And just remember, the most important thing, go adventure.